Hey folks, if you haven't watched one of these videos before, welcome. I very much appreciate it. I am Johnny Phoenix. I am just a person on the internet who likes to play Magic. I am not a former pro. I wasn't on the SCG tour even. I'm not a full-time Magic content creator. I just like playing Magic, and I know that when I watch, the big names, it gets to be intimidating because they win a lot, and sometimes I kind of feel like shit. So I just wanted to come out and be the guy that gets you into the format, goes 2-3, doesn't put any pressure on you to feel like, oh, it's so easy to win. That's where we're at. So I'm going to dive into some drafts. We're going to, do as best as we can. If I'm playing well, if I make some good picks, you want to come in and big up me in the comments, I'll take that. When I make mistakes or when you would have done things differently, please come let me know. Come let me know how things could have gone better, what plays you would have made, where I'm biffing things, because I want to be learning here with everyone else. With all that said, thank you again for watching the video, and let's get to the draft. Hey folks, I'm back. I'm going to give Pioneer Masters another go today, another draft here. This will be my third draft in Pioneer Masters. If you're watching the videos, and thank you for one, but if you prefer Foundations or Pioneer Masters, whichever, let me know. I've got this Pioneer Masters and a couple Foundations drafts coming up, I think, but moving forward, if there's something people like more, I'll be happy to kind of skew towards that. I've heard Pioneer Masters is a little lopsided, that red aggro is pretty good. But I'm just kind of going to do whatever. Pick the stuff I think looks good to me. I played a really fun Grixis control deck in my first draft. That video's posted if you want to check that out. And I had a lot of fun with that. So, well, I didn't trophy with it, so it could still be true that aggro could still be good. That could still be a thing. And then in my second draft, I had some Planeswalkers, had some fun with that. Played Nissa, drafted a Liliana that I didn't play. Go back and check that out, see what you would have done. But let's get things going, hopefully, here. Goblin Rabblemaster. So you tell me red is good, and then you give me a Goblin Rabblemaster. If you don't know Goblin Rabblemaster, it's a 2/2 for 3. Makes a goblin every turn, and it makes all your goblins attack. When it attacks, it gets pumped up for your other goblins. Seems pretty straightforwardly good. I guess if the word is out that red is good, we might get cut off. There's like a Martial Glory here. There's a Fall of the Hammer. Humble Defector. It's kind of whatever. Retraction Helix I don't think is that good. Night Howler. It does count the number of creature cards in all graveyards. There's a Boon Satyr. We'll take the Rabblemaster. I mean, I think that feels like a good card. There's also a Master of Waves here now. Pro Red. I mean, that gets a handle on the whole red being too good situation, right? There's also an Anax and Siamede. First Strike Vigilance. Creatures you control get +1 and +1/+1 and gain trample. That seems like a pretty sick 3-drop to pair with a thing that makes me a whole bunch of 1/1s. It is a gold card. There's not a lot of other red or white going on. I don't think there's a Guild Gate. I don't think Swift Reckoning would be the thing. But I guess we're not passing a lot of red, so we could get hooked up in pack 2. We'll try this. I guess I heard the thing was good, and I'm going to do the thing. Enchanted creature has tap. This creature deals damage to its power to any target. So this could be like a repeatable... Oh, 2 Essence Scatters in packs in a row. Okay, another thing that just makes a bunch of 1/1s for Anax and Siamede. I feel like I've kind of got a direction here already. And again, the problem is that on the wheel, there's never going to be anything for me out of these two packs. Maybe that Boros Guildgate I saw. Creatures can't attack you or planeswalkers. This is not a thing I'm going to want. But maybe, again, we can get hooked up in pack 2. It could be that the people to our right are red as well, and that's why. But let's see what... Okay. Phalanx Leader. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Phalanx Leader, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. I mean, how can I pass that up? There's like an Ardenvale Tactician and an Akroan Crusader that might come back. Potentially even like a Halo Scarab or a Pilgrim's Eye. I guess that doesn't seem good enough, but a lot of blue cards happening. You can like use the Tactician to target your Phalanx Leader and tap it and one of their creatures just to get heroic. You can even like end of turn target both of these. My mana's looking a little rough. I'll say that. I think I'm going to take a Pilgrim here. I mean, this is just sick, right? It just puts a body in play for, you know, to put counters on, to buff up. It finds me a spell that targets my things, and I'm getting this pick 5. That seems good to me. Again, there's not a lot of other stuff going on. I probably, I guess, would play a McKindy Slide Runner if I needed it. You can also search up Compulsory Rest. You can search up a removal spell with this thing. Gains protection from the... Okay, protect my Rabblemaster. It's also a land. Things are drying up, so the word might be out, like what's good. I might just be getting cut by the person to my right, which isn't great. I don't think we've picked bad cards yet. But it is possible that we get stuck in a pickle pretty soon. This isn't really the aura I want to have. Maybe I should just pick up the Slide Runner instead. It does make another body if you can play it safely. And I do want at least like something to target with the Pilgrim. I think Slide Runner is just whatever. They're both kind of just whatever. Like Balagat and Selindi Vision would be good, but we're kind of like, we kind of tunnel visioned right off the rip. I have all the packs at the table. My apologies to anyone who's at the table with me. Just a 2/2 that can do some stuff, or Fall of the Hammer, which also targets your creatures. Target creature you control deals damage. I'm going to go Fall of the Hammer here. I do want creatures. I definitely do. And my creatures aren't going to be super big, but, you know, maybe to just push through, clear a blocker, trigger heroic, Martial Glory, or Humble Defector. I think I'm going to take the creature here. I really don't know. I'm not familiar enough with the format and with how the games play out with this deck in specific. I got beat by Martial Glory in one of my first drafts. I just don't feel like... Okay, we've seen a number of Perforos's Emissaries going around. There's like a Voyaging Satyr. I mean, all my cards are good, right? Like, I have a Heliod's Pilgrim and an Anax and Siamede in white to go with the Rabblemaster and the Crusader. I have the Phalanx Leader. I just don't think anything is good enough to pull me off. I don't think I want a Perforos's Emissary, but I might as well just cut all the red I can. Yeah, now we're here. Okay. Maybe the red cards just didn't get opened. Maybe I did just get every single one of them. An Elkerd, a Naiad, and a Cyclops. Well, I'm going to just take this red card to really drive home that you don't want to be red around me. Silk Wrap is good. Good cheap removal. You can't find it with Pilgrim, unfortunately. Dragon Mantle is one you could find with Pilgrim, and it just like says draw a card on it and trigger all your stuff. This is tough for me. If this was a compulsory rest, it'd be even tougher. There's also like a Boundary Lands Ranger over here. I just feel like I got that Akroan Crusader so late. I'm going to take the Silk Wrap and assume I get one of the red cards back. Silk Wrap's just like a good, cheap way to clear blockers. Lotus Eye Mystics, Prowess. Return an enchantment card. There's an Omnixilus Cruelty here. I don't think it seems like Notion Thief is good enough in this format. I think it's a trap, so to speak. I just took the Silk Wrap, so I think I'm going to take the creature here over the Boulder Salvo. Although with enough cheap creatures, you can definitely turn on the Surge. In Boundary Lands Ranger, I have to control a creature with power 4 or greater, but like with Phalanx Leader and Annex and Siamede, that might be more possible. I don't think it's one of the white creatures. I'll take the 2. Pilgrim and Wild Slash. I mean, there doesn't seem to be any respect for the Pilgrims. I just don't have the... I don't have the auras right now either, and I think Wild Slash is just really what I want. Another cheap way to clear a blocker. I'll have two removal spells. Doesn't target my creatures. Oh no, I'll have 3. I have Fall of the Hammer. I do need some creatures, I think. Fall, Silk Wrap, Shelter as a spell land. That's very cool. 5 2-drops right now. I'm going to take Wild Slash. It's also a cheap card, theoretically. If I had taken the other Pilgrim, I'm going to go here anyway. I don't think Slide Runner's good enough, or Keening Apparition. And it just triggers all your stuff and replaces itself. That just seems very good. I have 2 Akroan Crusaders and a Phalanx Leader and Annex and Siamede. There's even like shenanigans to make a 4-power creature. I think that's what we want to do. Call the Gatewatch doesn't seem like it's the one. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Lagana Bland Trailblazer, put a +1, and it's an 0/4. Has first strike and trample as long as an instant card and a sorcery card are in your graveyard. I don't really think that's where I want to be either. Am I going to have an instant card and a sorcery? Highly unlikely. I don't even have a sorcery in my pile right now. My mana's in like such a weird spot too, because I have the 2 1-drops and then the Phalanx Leader. I'll just... Okay, that would fix my mana and is a creature. Creatures your opponents control enter tapped. I mean, that seems pretty good. A 2-drop in my aggro deck. It doesn't let them play. It doesn't let their creatures block the turn they play them, and it's a 2-power 2-drop. I don't know how good this card is, honestly. But I do want cheap cards, and I'm kind of lacking there. There's also a Pegasus. I'm going to try this out. Sidisi Undead Vizier. Death Touch Exploit. When it exploits a creature, you may search your library for a card. Dang. I mean, that seems reasonably powerful. Pretty decent body attached to like a tutor. I'm going to take another way to clear a small blocker and trigger my heroic. This is tough too. I think this card, the rebound, obviously like... I have a Dragon Mantle and a Knightly Valor and just the one Pilgrim. I think I'm going to take Artful Maneuver. Ranger or Slide Runner. Akoum Warrior is like, I feel like I had a couple in one of my other drafts and it just was like so underwhelming. It's so expensive for a 4/5. Creatures entering don't cause abilities to trigger. It shuts off my own Pilgrim, but I think that's about it. It's a flash flyer. I don't think I really want Lotus Eye Mystics. Maybe if... It's possible I wanted Lotus Eye Mystics. If a Dragon Mantle gets knocked off, if a Knightly Valor gets knocked off, I can pick them back up. Crackdown Construct. Whenever you activate an ability of an artifact or creature, that it gets +1/+. What? I don't really understand what this card is as an uncommon. It's a 4-mana 2/2. And it's just like really hard to turn on. Maybe there are combos I'm not really aware of. Would I play... I'd probably play Perforos's Emissary over the Bloodfire at this point. Another Fall of the Hammer. I might just need Boros Guildgate. Up to 2 target creatures each get +1/+0. Is this thing just nuts? I kind of don't have as many heroic creatures as I would want. How many creatures do I have right now? 13. Yeah, I'd definitely like a few more creatures and definitely a few more good ones. I think I'm going to take Coordinated Assault because it seems like it's pretty powerful, giving First Strike. There are creatures here. A Pegasus, a Boundarylands Ranger, Triplicate Spirits, definitely good. I think just this one bit of just like infinite card advantage. I don't really know. Triplicate Spirits is like so good with Leader and Annex and Siamede. I have so many non-creature cards. Whenever you cast a spell that targets hero, put a +1/+1 counter. There's also Rimrock Knight. That's pretty cool. It's double duty. But this is a 2-drop and it's what I said I wanted. Like I've got so many spells. And maybe I can get back Scytheclaw, Martial Glory, or Rimrock Knight. There's like a Fleecemane Lion and an Etherling here. There's a Gust of Wind. And again, my mana still just, it's not very good. Make a 1/1. Seems good to me. I had some shots at Keening Apparitions, but didn't get there. Reckless Bushwhacker seems awesome. Ordeal of Perforos. Whenever an enchanted creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then if it has 3 or more, it deals 3 damage. I'm still going to take the creature that's also the pump spell, I think, for what I've got going on. Gain First Strike and Trample and can't be blocked by creature tokens. This seems mediocre to me. I'm not really sure. I honestly don't know. It's a rare, and we'll give it a try, and it's a cheap card, and it's a cheap creature. Ooh. I definitely think I could use a Heel Cutter. Just repeatable way to make their thing not block. If I'm not mistaken, you can all... Okay. You're gone. We're Heel Cutters only now. It says target creature can't block, so you can attack and target your own heroic guy. I don't know that's true. I haven't done that before, but it looks like. We're obviously going to take the rare for collection purposes. Swift Warkite seems like a sick card, but... Okay. At the beginning of your end step, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, exile the top. We're just not going to have that. So, like, how many creatures do I have right now? 17? Is Martial Glory... I'll take a Martial Glory, because I don't need another Boundary Lands Ranger. Just keep driving the point home. Red is mine. Red is mine. And red is mine. And also red is mine. Were we in the right seat? Or were we in the right lane for our seat? Okay, those are cards I want. That's a card I want. What's on? I think Knightly Valor is on the chopping block. Outpost Siege is my 1 card advantage card, I think. Maybe Hushwing Griff is cuttable. The Boundary Lands Rangers could be cuttable. 16. Okay. Maybe like this. 8 and 8. I have to cut 5 cards. Geez, could I cut Silk Wrap? Maybe Humble Defector? Maybe... Maybe Legion Loyalist? I'm not sure. Creatures you control gain First Strike and Trample. The problem is that it's so small and it has to attack. I think this could be good in our deck. We have so many... I think I have like... I have Coordinated Assault. I have Phalanx Leader. I have Annex and Siamede all to pump it up. Weirdly, like Rabble Master forces it to attack. I have 8 red sources for my red 1-drops. I also have the Phalanx Leader, which seems powerful, but it's impossible for me to play red 1-drop on... I mean, that's just the limited format, right? There's no way to do that, to play red 1-drop into Phalanx Leader on 2. All the lands come into play tapped. Maybe Humble Defector. I don't want to cut. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cheap cards. I just really want cheap cards is what I want. And I still have to cut 5. Okay, Knightly Valor, you're out. Hushwing Griff, you're out. What do I have left for the Pilgrim? Just a Dragon Mantle? Maybe I do just cut the Pilgrim. I could put the Knightly Valor back in, or I could cut the Pilgrim. And then I just keep more 2-drops. I have 2 Heel Cutters, Anax and Siamede, a Rimrock Knight, and those are like the only ways for me to get close to having a 4-power creature. I think I'm going to cut Witch's Mark. Two Fall of the Hammers, an Artful Maneuver, a Dragon Mantle, a Coordinated Assault, the Heel Cutters. Is that enough ways to target my creatures? 7? And I'm on 16 creatures. This is like really... Also, Sajiri Shelter targets my creatures. Artful Maneuver does it twice. Rimrock Knight does it as well. Boy, for just like a red-white aggro deck, this is like a really hard build here. 15, 6. I could go down. I have 3 4-drops, and that's it. I could go down one more land even. But what does that get me? Like a Witch's Mark, and maybe that... Okay, let's try this. That's another way to target my creatures and find lands or get rid of lands. 8-7. Oh, Phalanx Leader is going to be tough. Let's try. Yeah, we've done enough deck building. Let's just get into it. I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried about the fall of the hammers because my creatures are so small. 1-drop, 2-drop. I want all these. I guess maybe Witch's Mark. I could still play the 2-drop and fall. I could surge. No, that doesn't really work. Is my 2-power guy going to be useful with Fall of the Hammer? We'll see. I don't know. I could have got rid of... I don't even know. Golgari Guildgate. Okay, opponent's on the gate plan. District Guide. I need more red. This kind of sucks because it like wastes my turn. But I think I want to do it anyway. Get in a little extra damage, make a 1/1, kill their guy. It's tough, like you have to surge it. I need a land so I could play like Loyalist plus Bushwhacker. But I gotta watch out. They could have Gates Ablaze next turn. They could have that. And first strike, trample, and can't be blocked by creature tokens. Another Crowan Crusader's kind of whatever at this point. Silk Wrap would be good. I mean, if they just also have Gates Ablaze, it's kind of like... I'm assuming this is like the quintessential like matchup of the format, right? Like the Gates deck versus the aggro deck. What is this card? I mean, like, seriously. 3 mana, 6/6 trample vigilance. Sure. I'm going to do this way, and, like, you know, if they have Gates Ablaze, they have Gates Ablaze. I'm just going to try to get around them. Like, if I draw a land, I can fall the hammer, surge the Bushwhacker, get in a huge attack. It would have to be a mountain. This does, it can't even, because of Loyalist, the briefcase token can't even block. And if they play a creature, it also can't block. I'm still going to be hard-pressed to deal enough damage to kill them, though, I think. +1/+0 and gain haste. That's pretty cool. That didn't do it. Yeah, I'm just dead, it looks like. There's not really anything I can do about it. Like, giving my creature protection doesn't really matter. If I attack with all, they just kill me. I could have, you know, stacked up. I don't know. Maybe that was, I don't think it was a hasty concede. Maybe I could have won that game. Maybe when the Gatebreaker Ram was only a 5/5, I could have stacked up all my dudes. I could have just drawn a Silk Wrap. That would have been good. But that didn't happen. We're on the draw. Are we just going to get completely rumbled by... Okay, maybe they're not gates. Maybe they're just black-white. The Extort gains some life as well. I know, like, the Screecher can't really block any of my stuff, but this way I can use my mana. Oh! Heroic is only cast a spell, so the Heel Cutter does not work. Got it, got it. Okay. I could dash the Heel Cutter. Get in for 5. This thing's a pain in the ass. I'm not having the red is dominant experience that I thought I would be having. Got a lot of lands this time. It's unfortunate. Maybe we don't have enough ways to target stuff in our deck? I don't know. Just, like, get me a Fall of the Hammer or something, I guess. Syndicate Messenger, sure. Witch's Mark. I kind of just want to get Heel Cutter into play. I should have held the land. I was thinking, I can't. My dumb ass was thinking dash Heel Cutter, play Witch's Mark, but I don't have a card to discard. Then, obviously. Right, we need to be heel cutting and doing all kind of things. Okay, they must have something. Like, I have the heel cutter in play right now, so they're either going to get rid of it or they have something else to play. I mean, I guess that's obvious, right? They have a steward. I think this is correct, but I'm not sure. It's so bad if they counter my Witch's Mark, but I want to put it on. If I put it on Annex and Siamede, I just get in for the hugest attack. 3, 6, 10, 12. Oh, okay. It's not as punishing as I thought. This is formatted differently. Because you get to choose to discard when the spell resolves. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna silk wrap their oligarch, heel cut their steward, and see what happens. It's possible I should have discarded the Crusader. I got stuck on the fact that I could play it, but it's just not that good. Like, I need a spell. I really need to not draw a land here. I just need some kind of action. Weird. Okay. +1/+1 and trample. That doesn't get the 1/1s through, but it gets everybody else through. And we knocked the compulsory rest off, which was sick. I didn't do the math. It's possible I should have done the math. Like, I don't think they want to tap their 2/2 to make a 1/1. That doesn't seem good. All my dudes have trample. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So they're not dead. They're for sure not dead. They take 11. Yep. Each opponent loses 1 life. They eat Annex and Siamede, they eat Steward of Solidarity, they chump. That seems bad. If they draw a land, we're looking good. Ball of the hammer. Safest thing to do is play it on the Boundary Lands Ranger and target the 1/1. Playing it on Annex and Siamede, like, doesn't really do much for me. Maybe it does. If they have a removal spell. Yeah, okay. Is there any way they could... Okay. I don't know if there was like an instant speed way for them to gain life or what. I just took my chances on them having a land in their hand. It probably was... I guess it was better to kill the 1/1, right? That plays around more things. I kind of got in the weeds of... Because, like, the 2 1/1s blocking also wasn't that good because all my stuff ended up with trample. Like, targeting the Annex and... Unless there's a removal spell that also gains life, I'm pretty sure targeting the Annex and Siamede was just correct. Opponent goes first. We've got 1-drop, 2-drop, 2-drop, 2-drop. +2/+0 for just 1 mana. That's pretty cool. I think I'm going to play Sovereign. Don't play a thing. Rimrock Knight can't block. We'll see how this goes. I'm taking 3, obviously. I mean, if they had... it's really pretty bad if they kill the Crusader. I get the 1/1 back, but I lose the Crusader and the Rimrock. So that was pretty freaking dangerous. Oh, have they... No. Okay. This is also an instant? This seems like just a pretty decent all-around card. I think I just want to get in and play my 2 creatures. They're on 9. I mean, Follow the Camera's not going to, like, yep, kill a Gnarlback Rhino or whatever, but... that does it, right? That one was pretty straightforward. They just didn't play any cards. Or not enough cards, I suppose. Okay, we got a decent shot at least going 3-3. I'm in a good place here. I'm in a good place. It has haste. Okay, got a little distracted there. Had some stuff going on. Also got a little greedy, and maybe I should have ditched the shelter instead of the actual land just to make. I mean, I don't know. I do have Outpost Siege this game. Okay, I'm going to see if I can... I don't know what they can have for 1 white, but... Like, if they had tried to go... Oh, there's no reason for them to do that. There was just no reason. There was no shenanigans to be gotten. I was just... thinking at overly complex plays that didn't do anything. Compulsory rest on my Rimrock. Okay. This is like so deceptive that it puts the 3 mana up here. It gets me all the time. Yeah. I mean, I had to play my card. I really need to get rid of the Keening Apparition so that the siege does something. Oh, discarding that land. Another counter? No. Removal? Anything? Something with flash? Nothing. 5 mana do nothing with 2 cards in your hand. It's not a land. They scryed to the top. Okay. I mean, we don't even need Outpost Siege. We just need to, like, be able to play our cards. That would be helpful. Two, 3 flyer. Okay. I'm going to keep trying to trade cards, keep my life total high, and they already had mana up. I did that on upkeep. If there's any people watching that didn't understand that, they already had mana up. So if they had a card that did something, casting it during my turn like didn't help. So I did it on upkeep, so it would waste their mana on their next turn, and it was before they drew another card, which might have gotten them out of it, like been another different answer. Are there lands in my deck is my question. I discarded that one, and it was the only one I ever had. This is, like, not a good play. I just, like, am trying to find a land here. If they had got my Sovereign in response, like... Okay, Thunderclap Wyvern, yep. Sure. Is it okay if I quit now? If I don't draw a land. Right? Okay. Gideon, ally of Zendikar. Damn. We discarded that one land and then, you know, ended up with just those 4 lands in the top 18 cards of our deck, which was harsh. Our opponent just also, like, played a bunch of cards and interacted with us and played a treasure cruise and put things into play when we couldn't. Played a compulsory rest. Maybe red's not good. Maybe I was wrong. I thought this deck was sick. I thought I just, aside from, like, the high power rares or whatever, I thought I just had the Nutter Butters. Just every card always came back to me. I mean, we certainly did powerful things in the 2 games that we won. I have a Rabble Master as far as powerful rares go. I could use a 2-drop. Don't be the Gates deck again. Oh my god. 2-drop. Awesome. I got worried there. I thought I had done something wrong. I thought it wasn't going to let me cast my spells. I was like, oh my god, what happened? Huh. They could have, like, a Wild Slash? I don't know. Some kind of pump spell, I guess? I just am not super familiar with the format is the problem. Is one of the problems. Cool. Of course. That's obviously to be expected, right? Red sucks. Confirmed. Red sucks. It's trash. We'll never, ever beat the Gates deck. And that's about it, I guess. Confirmed. If you have the top 5 cards, you may put a creature or enchant. Okay, so you only get 1 card. Another Gates Ablaze, a Hornet Nest. Amazing. Okay, well. Sidisi and Hornet Nest, huh? Put an Honored Hydra into their graveyard. I did not, it turns out, have the Nutter Butters at all. My Gates opponents did. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. Like, I don't know the format, so... We're going to try. Annex and Siamede has first strike, so... Did I do that wrong? Did I do that really wrong? Should I have just done 3 damage to the hornet nest? No, because then they would have still just had the Sidisi. Like, I'm just going to try to kill them. If they just, like... Well, we'll see what they play. It has trample. I'm a genius. It only dealt 2. Boy, shit is complicated in this game. Whew. Okay, you've got an Honored Hydra. You have more? So they're functionally on 10. Are they going to attack with insects? They are. I feel like that could be relevant. They're on like 20 because they have... Oh, this is complicated. This is +3/+3. This is +2/+2, so that's 5, 8. Follow the hammer clears the Hydra. Witch's Mark. It's just +2/+2, so I still don't get there. I miscalculated. Oh my god, I suck at magic. No. I didn't get there, right? Freaking Chromanticore. What? Ooh. Okay. Red's awesome. Red's unbeatable. Not even Chromanticore can do it. Can beat Red. What a roller coaster of a game. Annex and Siamese. Just... Okay, all the work. And we've gone 3-3. Love it. Boy, that was a game. Maybe the Acroan Crusaders. Wait. The 1/1 for 1 red. Those are kind of medium, I guess, maybe. But when you have the pumps. Oh, geez. I'm on the play. I can only play 1 of my cards. It's just like I can mulligan into the exact same hand, and 1 plains is awesome. 1 any land also is fine. Drawing a plains on turn 2 would just be amazing. Raging Goblin getting in. 1/1 for 1 red with haste. It's going to get in for 2 damage, isn't it? Oh, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Well, we asked for this, didn't we? I mean, we went through, 18 or whatever cards in that other game. And only found 4 lands. We should have known better. Is this the rebound card? Are they just going to slam jam me? If I draw a mountain, that still is kind of trash. We're not really winning the race here. We're getting destroyed. This is a bummer. I felt like this deck was like really good, honestly. I don't know. I'm not familiar enough with the format to really know like what the powerful decks look like. If that's ever a thing I can really pin down at my skill level and commitment to playing Magic. Yeah, we just lose, right? I could like heal cut him again for kind of no reason. I could reckless assault, make a... I don't know, Like, I don't... And then if they like don't kill me, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... If somehow they don't kill me here, which I'm pretty sure they're going to, but if they don't, maybe we've got a shot. Okay, we don't. That's okay. We went 3-3. I'm always happy with a 3-3. Get most of our gems back, get some packs or whatever. Again, I don't know for sure. We had some cards that, Borderlands Ranger, Boundarylands Ranger, the Witch's Mark, the Humble Defector. But it seemed like this card seems really sick. Just like very, very good. Seemed like this deck was good. It seemed like this deck was a bit better than a 3-3. Maybe that's, the fault of the pilot. I'm not sure. But it was a fun 6 games. It was cool. The game where we beat the Chromanticore was awesome. I mean, it only came in at the very end, but we were looking down and out there and then just soloed him with Annex and Siamede. Siamede? I don't know how to pronounce stuff. That was fun. I've had, this was my 3rd draft of Pioneer Masters. I've had a fun time. You can watch them all. If you watch them, if you watch the Foundations drafts, thank you. I appreciate it. Hit the buttons down below if you can. That helps me out. Let me know if you want to see Foundations or Pioneer Masters or what. I got a little mix coming up. I've had fun with both. Let me know how you feel about it. Let me know how I did. Let me know if this deck was the nuts and it was pilot error, or if this deck actually wasn't that good. Like I said, maybe the 1-drops weren't that good. We had some clunky cards. I didn't always play super well, which is the norm. But otherwise, that's it. I had a good time. There'll be more coming up. Be excellent to each other out there, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.